just fine. Sorry, I'd forgotten to switch record. Thank you, Mike. Who will pick up and drop at the airport? Again, it will be me. I am the program leader. I'll be running this program for the children, and I'll be there at the airport. I'm landing in Andaman's 1 day prior on in Port Blair, and I'll be departing on the same day as departure, which is when they're returning, which is 4th of October. So I'll be there at the airport. I'll be picking them up. There'll be another instructor with me, so we'll be taking care of that. So don't worry about that. Just let me take you quickly through the video information docket, kit list, and the registration form, and then I'll take all the other question answers. We request you guys to hold on to that, please. Thank you. I'm just sharing my screen. Okay, so that was the video that was shot on one of our programs a few years ago. I'm just going to share my screen again and take you to the information docket. Okay, I hope everybody can see my screen. Okay, so first of all, a little bit of history of Inme for the people who are not aware of it. Inme was formed by a group of people who actually formed another company in 1996 called Discovery Camps. They were the pioneers in outdoor education, especially for children in India. They came up with the summer camp concept where we were taking children out into the outdoors, into nature to connect them back to nature. Then after that, slowly and steadily, it's been evolving. Discovery camps became I Discover I and then Eureka Campouts. There was a split in the partners, and we started Inme in 2008. So Eureka and Inme were continuing to run as separate brands. In 2019, we merged as one entity. So currently, what has been the practice is that Inme runs the open programs, which are programs like these, where any child from the age group of 9 to 17 can join in, depending on what age group the program is about. Then the other, which usually happens in the summers, winters, and now in the fall holidays. Eureka works with schools directly, where we get school groups coming for our programs. A brief history about me: I used to go on these camps in 1997 to 2001. That's how I got into this line. I was a participant at that time. After that, I did my college and I joined them. And so I've actually seen all sides of the programs, from a child side, from a instructor side, from a parent side. So I will be able to answer most of your questions, and hopefully everything will be solved by the end of this orientation itself, rather than waiting for the question and answers. Okay, now about the deep sea adventure. The deep sea adventure takes place in the Andaman Islands. We have been working in Havelock and Neem, mainly Havelock. Neil also we've been working in. We've done programs over there 2, 3 times. Neil is a little smaller island, so that's why we're working on Havelock. This year we are doing on Neil because first of all the group size is small. Second, we also have found beautiful places over there where we can do diving, which is equal to Havelock, and that's why we're going there. So, first of all, for the people who don't know, Andaman's Port Blair is also known as what is the Sazai Kala Pani in our pre-independence time. So your children will be able to, go to the cellular jail, which was the most famous jail in India at that point of time, where all the freedom fighters were put. We will have we'll attend a light and sound show over there so that they'll get an understanding on what's happening. We'll also take a tour of the jail. Other than that, the main thing is that they're going to be doing scuba diving, right? That's what we are here for. There are 3 types of scuba diving certification which we are offering, which we are doing all 3 on this program. So we have children who are in the basic scuba diver certification, which is just an exploratory certification where the children will learn the basics and also understand that how they can dive and go up to 10 meters. They'll learn the safety protocols and everything. They do not, in this one, in the basic scuba diver course. So basically, I'll also tell you the differences. If you do the basic scuba diver course, if you ever go out scuba diving again, you'll have to do the similar course again to upgrade to scuba diver certification so that you can actually get a license up to 12 meters. Otherwise, if you're good with up to 10 meters, which is the basic step, you're good here with the basic scuba diver certification. In the scuba divers, in the what is now called the scuba diver certification or the scuba diver license, is where children will actually be able to dive up to 12 meters. This is a longer, and this certificate, obviously, this license, obviously, whenever you go all over the world, you do not need to do the basic course again. There might be a refresher course if it's more than a year if you dive, which is basic, just going through the commands and then just getting back into the diving part of it. So this one is valid up to 12 meters. The third one is the open water diving license, which is basically we can go up to up to 18 meters. They, you'll understand how to do planning. You'll understand how buoyancy control works, how to navigate underwater, right? And you'll also get to some advanced safety procedures which are over and above the scuba diver certification. Once you get this certification, you'll be able to dive up to 18 meters all over the world. You can easily go for the advanced and the other levels after this. So now a lot of parents ask, what are the differences? Why everything is separate? So in the scuba diver course, what you're calling the BST, which is the basic scuba diver, there is no test. So there's no theoretical test you read. So that's why every time you go to dive after that, you will be asked to do a basic course again, because the certification does not mean that you cleared an exam, right? For scuba diver, when you go to the scuba diver certification or the scuba diver license, you actually go through a basic exam, right? So once you clear that, is that only time you get the scuba diver license. We do, we do a mock test and everything over there to make sure that the children will pass. But it is also a practical side to it. So they will be testing them on the different skills which they've learned over the few days, and trying to see if they remember the basic commands, which are the safety commands, right? So just for example, now if I was supposed to ask you guys, are you all right, and you have to sign back to me, right? If everything is going fine, you're gonna say this, right? That's the thumbs up. You're like, I'm all good. But underwater, this means I'm not good, I need to go up, right? This means all good. So they have to get used to these commands. They have to get used to that. They have to keep checking their the oxygen level. All those things start coming in the scuba diver license. So that's why they have to give an exam and cross the practical, and that will give them validity all over the world. In open water, you'll go an extra step. You'll actually learn how to navigate underwater with using a compass. You'll actually be able to map out your route so that if you're ever diving on your own, while you have to dive with another person, but if you're diving on your own, You'll know how to navigate. You'll know how to, if you lose oxygen, what happens. If you say drifted too much far apart from the boat you're on or the beach you're on, how do you get back to it? So all those things will come into play over here. Now, a lot of parents will also ask me that, what if they do not clear the exam? If they do not clear the exam, they do not get the scuba dive license or the open water license. It's a part of an exam. You have to clear the exam. What is arranged later on is that you can do a small 1 day course later on if you've not cleared it anytime in your life, where you'll be able to qualify again. Till date, we've had more than 300 children who have attended the scuba diver programs, and only two were the people who could not clear it. The rest cleared it. The two people who could not clear it, they cleared the theoretical, but they were not able to clear the practical because they were missing out on the basic components itself. Okay. Coming to, yeah, minimum requirement for scuba diver license and the open water certification. This does not apply to the basic scuba diver certification. Is that you need to be able to swim 50 meters freestyle. For scuba divers license and open water license, there will be a small test which will happen. For basic scuba diver, there is no test. Now, you should not have any congestion or sinus related issues. If you have, we have already called you to talk to go to an ENT, especially if you have this. Even if you do not have this kind of issue, we have asked you to get to consult an ENT and get a clearance, because diving can cause nasal harm, right? It can cause a little bit of hearing problems also. So we do not want to cause any harm. It's very safe otherwise. But if children hide this information from us or parents hide this information from us, then it can lead to problems. So that's why we have asked for an ENT clearance, so that we ensure that all children who are coming are clear to do this. Okay. On that note, we still are waiting for a few ENT reports. We've gotten, I think, 4, Michael, we've gotten.
We have 4 who have sent it across to us.
Yeah, the rest, please do make sure we have it in the next few days. Just all you have to do is go to an ENT, tell them that they will be going scuba diving. We need to make sure that all is well, and there could be no issues due to scuba diving. The ENTs know what they exactly have to test, so they'll do the small hearing test, they'll do a small nasal test, and that's it. Okay, this is how the program is going to flow. 28th September, you will arrive into Port Blair. I will be there to receive the children. We'll first go and check into the hotel, and then we'll freshen up. And after that, I'll introduce them to the other instructor with us also, and we'll have some small ice-breaking activity over there. So I have a lady instructor who will be joining in Port Blair. We are not the diving instructors. The diving instructors are separate. So when we reach Port Blair, it will be me and another lady instructor who will receive the children. We'll go check into the hotel. We'll have some games over there, and after lunch, or after, depending on what time the child is reaching, because there might be some children who will be reaching directly at lunch. So we'll take them to the lunch directly. And then after that, we'll go for a small tour of the cellular jail, which will give them a brief history of Andamans. They will also get to hear about the war, about what happened in Andamans and why it was famous, why it was called Sazai Kalapani. They'll also get to see some Japanese war bunkers which were there, right? And the first place an Indian flag was hoisted in the country. The original flag by Subhash Chandra Bose was actually hoisted there. So they'll get to see that. And after that, we'll just go for a small beachside, it's called Marine Drive. So we'll go for a walk on the Marine Drive, which is right next to the sea. They'll get to see some few islands off Port Blair. And we'll end with the light and sound show on that day at the cellular jail itself. And after that, we'll have dinner and come back to the hotel. On day 2, early morning, we're going to depart from the hotel and catch the ferry to Neil Island. This is, as this information docket is designed for both Neil and Havelock, we are just going to read about the Neil. So we're going to go to Neil. Neil Island is about 3.5 hour journey, depending on the sea currents. Usually we're there in 3 hours. So we'll be leaving in the early morning ferry, which will leave around 6:30, and we'll be there on Nil by about 9:30. We'll check into the hotel, and then we'll go to the Dive India site. Obviously, after breakfast, we'll go into the Dive India site, where the children will be introduced to the diving instructor. They will get to understand the different type of equipment which you're going to use, and basic scuba diving theory will be done that day itself. After that, either in the morning or in the evening, we will have beach games. Originally, we do it in the morning, but depending on the schedule which we decide with Dive India, it might happen in the evening. So we're going to be staying very close to one of the beaches over there. So Neil Island is a very small island which has about four beaches around it. Right, it's Sitapur, Bharatpur, Ramnagar, and one more beach, and we'll be around this area only. So we're going to be near the Ramnagar beach, which has a nice sunset point, so that we can go and see sunset in the evening. So that's where we'll head to. And after that, the next day we'll go to different beaches. Okay. So day one was on Neil is basically understanding equipment, doing some basic breathing exercises, and understanding how to do the breathing through the apparatus, understanding what a buoyancy device is. So buoyancy device, sorry, buoyancy. Buoyancy device, which is called the BSD, right? So understanding all those things, and do a little bit of water activities. Day three or day two on Neil is where they start doing a lot more into the sea, right? They'll be going into confined water diving sessions. Confined water diving sessions are basically you go up to 6 to 8 feet in water, not meters, 6 to 8 feet. So that you have to just, when you're walking, there's some children will just have to be on their knees. Some children will be totally underwater, and they'll understand how to take out your mask, wear the mask. What are the different hand signals? Like I was explaining that we can't do this, we have to do this. This means go up. This means go down. All those things will be taught to them, and they'll practice over there. So that's what will happen in what is called the confined water diving system, where also their swimming skills will be tested, right? So that's what's going to happen on day three. And then this will happen in the morning. In the afternoon, we'll head to either visit the Natural Rock Bridge, or there is another beach which has tidal pool. So one of the two beaches will be figuring out which one to do, right? So we'll go over there. We'll also have an intertidal walk that day. This is to understand. So intertidal walk is done on in low tide. So usually, all over the world, when we go, the beaches which have low tide, high tide are very not too much of a difference. In Andamans, actually, during high tide, while you feel the beach might be just here and it ends in say another 40 feet, when the low tide hits, when the sea recedes, we actually have about 100 meters beach in going into the sea, right? So when we walk over there, we are like actually able to see what the waves and everything is making on the beach. We'll be able to see the different type of small creatures which are there. So they'll understand about corals, starfish. They might see some crabs, all those things over there, right? And they'll understand how each of this ecology works and how we work in tandem with them. So we'll have an expert who will do this for us. Okay, day four or day three on Neil is the first open water dive. So this is where we are not in 6 feet. We are actually going up to about 6 meters the first day. So we'll go into the sea. We'll actually go down. This is where they start seeing the corals, live corals. They'll start seeing some fish. So they'll understand how this works, how you're supposed to avoid. So when you're down in the sea, you're not supposed to touch the fishes. You're not supposed to touch the coral. You're not even supposed to touch the ground. If you're coming to the ground, if you're coming to the beach or to the sea bed, you actually cannot go like some people will go. No, you're not supposed to disturb anything here. So you're actually supposed to maintain your buoyancy, maintain your oxygen, and so that you can just come slowly down and touch it, right? So that's how it's supposed to work. So they'll get to do that. They'll understand that, and they will see clownfish, amazing amounts of clownfish over there, or what we call Nemo fish. So they're going to see that. In the afternoon, we'll head to Sitapur Beach. which will be to explore the hidden waves and the natural tidal pools over there. Day 5, which is the last day on Neil, is when they'll embark on their second uh, open water dive. And this is where the test will also happen for the scuba diver for the open water, so that they can be tested upon all the things they've learned, and then they will be able to sit for the exam and clear that. So when we're going deeper into the blue, so the basic scuba diver will only go up to 10 meters, they won't go below. The scuba diver in the open water will actually go below. They might go up to 12 meters, 13 meters, not necessarily going up to all the way to 18 meters for the open water. So we will go up to 12 to 14 meters, where the children will actually be able to see sea turtles. The last time I was diving in Andamans, I saw barracuda. Barracuda are these big fish, and they are beautiful. So, those are the kind of things they might be able to get to see. Uh, on day 6, which is on that day is the last day. So the afternoon, we usually ask the children what they want to do, if they want to revisit a beach or just play games over here or visit something else. So that I'll be discussing with them, and we'll figure out what we want to do in the afternoon. That one afternoon we've left open. Also, for very specific reasons, if weather is inclement or something happened and we are not able to do diving on one day, we have another afternoon available to us to do that diving. Day 6 is when we leave from Neil Island. We'll take the ferry back to Port Blair. We'll take the morning ferry back. We'll come in, check in, and then in the evening we'll go for a small tour of Port Blair. We might see a few museums, and then we'll just have a talk about what's happening, how the program go, have some reflection sessions where we discuss how they will do something different when they're back in town, back in their homes. Day 7 is when they fly out, which is 4th of October, and they will come back with their scuba certification in hand, and they will meet you at the airport. Now, in terms of safety, so we are partnered with Dive India. Dive India is one of the best diving institutes in India, and we've partnered with them. So it's the leading and the oldest diving outfit. The instructors are PADI and SSI trained, so they do both certifications. And we maintain a 1:6 adult to child ratio. That means for every 6 children, we have one instructor. Now over here, it's gonna be 1:3. So there are 2 instructors from Inme, and there are going to be 2 diving instructors from Dive India, which will actually make it a 1:3 ratio. We have 12 children who are going with us, or 11. So it's going to make it a 1:3. So, all the children will have individual attentions totally. So we have a female instructor also on board with us for the for the female participants which are going. In terms of transportation, after reaching Port Blair, which is obviously by a flight, we use government ferries to transfer between islands. These are government-run ferries, but these are also private. So it's kind of a public-private thing which happens. We use Macruse, if you guys want to hunt for it. It's the luxurious ferry over there. We don't use the basic government ferry, which is non-air conditioned. This is an air conditioned ferry which we use, which actually reduces the time from 3.5 to 2.5, 3 hours to me. So that's the one which you're going to be using. The other transfers happen between, beach side to the hotel, depending on how the distance is done in tempo travelers. Equipment, we have the highest safety equipment. We make sure that, the equipment is up to the quality, and everything is checked before it's given to the children. Say, for example, all oxygen tanks we'll be checking when giving to the children. The mask, while we check it, we'll also teach the children on how to use the mask, how to make sure there are no leakages in the mask, how to use the breathing apparatus. All those things we'll be teaching, but we'll also be doing a quality check before it goes to the children. In terms of medical, we have an emergency vehicle available with us throughout. We have a hospital nearby, which is about 15 minutes away from the hotel over here. In Port Blair, it's about 25 minutes away. The doctor is on call. The instructor and I are trained on wilderness first aid, so that for any kind of immediate emergency, we are not waiting for the doctor or taking them to the hospital, which we can take call. If there are any medicines to give, we call up the doctor, we explain the situation, and they let us know which medicine to give. If the medicine is any kind of antibiotics, or if it's bigger than the normal OTC, which is the over-the-counter medicines which need a doctor prescription, we will be calling you. We will be making sure you know. When I say basic medicine, say a child might have a slight headache or a stomach ache one day. So we might just give them say a Digene, depending on what kind of stomach issue is, or we might give them a Crocin if they have fever. So those basic medicines we give on our own, but anything above that, we do take consultation of the doctor and then consultation of you and then give it, especially antibiotics. Now, in terms of accommodation and meals, we are staying in hotels over here. These will be triple or quad sharing depending on the number of gender ratio. Right now, I think we have only triple sharing and double sharing. That's what we've been able to do. So it will be 2 children or 3 children in one room there. Obviously, these are air-conditioned rooms. They are regularly cleaned, but they're cleaned only once a day. The rest of the time, we do encourage children that they are responsible for cleaning the room and keeping it clean, especially as you're sharing it with somebody. It's not that you're alone in the room. Obviously, girl with girl and boy with boy on the rooms. They're not going to be a mixed gender room over there. Okay. After that, the meals, the menu is a mixture of veg and non-veg options. Uh, Obviously, this is a buffet style, so it's not as if they're ordering dishes and it's going to be limited. Jain food is available, but a little difficult. So please make sure if somebody is having only Jain food, they have to let us know so that we can make arrangements. We'll also ask you to carry some stuff because some things are not available over there at all. We'll be doing a lot of snacks and refreshments throughout the day, depending on the activities. So, usual schedule in Andaman's works like this is 6:37 is the wake up call, 7 o'clock, 7:30 is breakfast, 8:30 we are actually at the dive site so that we can do an early morning dive. Then we come back. The dive site is very close to the hotel, so we don't need to go too far. Then we come back. During the diving, there will be a snack break. We'll give them some refreshments. We'll come back for lunch. Evening tea, depending where we are. If we are at the hotel, then it's at the hotel. Otherwise, we'll be on the beaches usually. So it will be done on the beach. So we'll have whatever is available, chai, pakoda, or whatever is, if the children want something else, we'll have that. And then dinner is at the hotel, and then we go back to sleep. Okay. Do not send, a lot of children carry a lot of talk. Do not send too much. It's only for the flight they need. Over there, I'm going to be taking care of it. I don't want them eating just chips or some junk food, which is not going to give them energy. Diving, while people feel is not a very physical activity, it's actually very physical activity, right? You're going to be using your whole body part all the time just to keep yourself straight. Your core comes into a lot of use. Your legs, even your hands will be used quite a lot. So it's a full body exercise which happens, right? And if you're not eating the correct nutrition, children are going to feel dehydrated, they're going to feel lethargic, and then that will just spoil the program. So please do not send too much snacks, only for the flight. Departure and arrival, you already know the flight details. I'll be joining them. I told you I'm reaching there one day early to make sure that I receive all the children together. On the last day, I'm flying out in the afternoon, which is just around the last flight, which is leaving to Bangalore. So we're going to be together at the airport. I might be leaving 15 minutes early from them. But my lady instructor will be outside the airport waiting till all the flights have taken off and then only leaving from there. Now the children should be carrying their phone till Port Blair. At Port Blair, once I receive them, I'll ask them to talk to you, and I'll take their phones away. And on the return, I'll be making sure their phones are charged, and they will have the phones with them in the last day. Okay. Uh, just some expectation settings before we head into the kit list. Communication, we will be sharing, you will be asked to join a WhatsApp channel. I hope you guys have joined it. If I hope Michael has sent a link. If not, he'll send a link after this, right? There's a WhatsApp channel which you'll have to join, right? When we send the link, open it, it will come up. There'll be a bell icon on the top. Make sure that's not crossed out, right? First, you'll follow, and then there's a bell icon. Make sure it's not crossed out so that Whatever details we are sending, you're receiving them as notifications. Now, updates are not normally in your when you open WhatsApp, they are not visible on the top. You have to look in updates or chats depending on what you have, and that will show you what's called the channels, right? And you have to just log into the channel and you'll be able to see us. We're going to be sending two updates daily, once in the morning, which will come around 11 a.m., once in the evening, which will come around 6:30 p.m., right? 6:30 p.m. These will tell you what is happening on the program. We'll also be trying to send a lot of photographs. While we have low network connectivity, Andaman's only last year got what is called the underground pipeline, and they were actually able to upgrade their internet from a 2G to a 3G, right? There are some locations we might get 4G. We are still not on 5G over there, right? So the photographs do take time to upload and come. They might be a little delayed. There might be a day I might not have internet connectivity on the island, while I might have phone connectivity. So I will be in constant touch with the team, telling them what's happening and how's everything going. But photographs, if they do not come one day, please be patient. They will come the next day, and we'll make sure it's there, right? So that's what's going to happen. Morning text update, evening text update, and there'll be a group photograph in the morning, which I'll take off for the whole group and share with my team. And in the evening, there'll be some other photographs. There might be the diving photographs or the beach photographs. We do recommend children carry a USB drive with them, because we will be taking a lot of underground footage also, right, which you can load onto the USBs. So make sure they're carrying a pen drive with them. Okay. So one is the communication. While we are staying in a hotel, while it's written not a luxury camp or resort, we are staying in a hotel, and these hotels are quite for the level they are. They will be about a 3-star, 4-star hotel for Andamans, right? But it doesn't mean that they'll get room service. It doesn't mean that there'll be people on hand and foot to serve them and clean their rooms. They have to, it's about living as a community, so they will have to clean up their rooms. Morning cleanup obviously will happen by the hotel side, but they cannot be just, oh, we walked in with dirty shoes, it's become dirty, can you send somebody to sweep? No, you have to understand how to take care of your own room. So that's what's going to happen. So we want them to embrace the challenge and have a little fun. In terms of fitness and preparation, make sure they have been swimming a little bit so that they get used to swimming, because that's very important. A little bit of jogging is always recommended so that you build up your core and all your other muscles. Uh, you will have to carry floaters and aqua shoes and normal sneakers. So make sure those are not brand new. Aqua shoes might be brand new. That's fine. You can wear them for one day also, then you break into them. They were that very easy to break. Zero tolerance for bullying, no use of substance. Obviously, a cigarette or any kind of banned substance is found, we will be obviously taking it, and we'll also be telling the parent. We'll be informing the parent. Depending on the kind of thing found, we might be sending the children back directly from there immediately, or we'll be sending. We'll talk to the parents and discuss what we need to do. No junk food or tuck food, I've already mentioned. Gadgets, I've already mentioned that I'll be taking the phones away once they've reached port player and they've spoken to you that they are with me, and that all is safe. After that, the phones will be with me till the end of the program. Now, pocket money, while we take care of everything, there is a day we'll go for souvenir shopping in Andamans. So you might want to send about 5,000 rupees, and we do have Inme memorabilia, which we'll be putting up for sale. So for these two things, you might want to send up to 5,000 rupees. And you might want to send extra money for the airport expenditure if they want to buy something to eat in the flight, if they're flying Indigo, or if they want something to eat at the airport, you can send some extra money for that separately. Okay, coming to the kit list. I hope my screen changed to the kit list. Mike, can you give me a thumbs up? Yeah, thank you. Okay. Now, this is the packing list. So the weather in Andamans is usually just 1 or 2 degrees up or below this, right? Throughout the year. It usually doesn't change except in the monsoons time. So in the daytime, in the peak time, which is around the afternoon, it will reach 28 to 30 degrees. In the night, it reaches up to 22 degrees, depending if it's rained or not rained. So that's the kind of temperature which we are looking at throughout the program. So basic clothing, 7 to 8 t-shirts, half sleeves quick dry, 4 quick dry shorts so that we can use them in beaches and they are not going to remain wet. 1 track pant, this will be used on the first day, or if you're going to some kind of place where we need to use pants, we do not want them wearing jeans or anything. So make sure you're wearing 1 track pant. 2 to 3 or maximum 4 pair of socks. 2 towels, quick dry. 1 cap, sunshade, because you'll need them during the day when you're walking. 2 pair of night clothes. 1 wind stopper jacket or a wind cheater. Undergarments which are sufficient. 1 poncho or raincoat. Right, it's gonna rain a lot, so you might, if you're wind cheater. So usually, what I do is my wind cheater is long; it comes to my knees, right? So that's what I use instead of a poncho and raincoat, because that's covered almost everything which and I'm gonna be in shorts mainly over there. So that's covered usually everything, right? So if you have a long wind cheater which is waterproof, which goes up to your knees, you're good. Footwear, hiking sandals or floaters is very important because this is what we're going to use whenever you're going to the diving site, right? 1 pair of aqua shoes is required when we go into the beach, or when we go into the beach, into the sea, when we are not using floaters, right? If you have aqua shoes, if you do not have aqua shoes are very cheap. They come for about 500, 600 rupees in Decathlon. They're also available online. Just get them. They're more convenient when you're in the sea, right? I had not used aqua shoes for the longest time, even when they had been introduced. I used to use my what I call floaters, because they used to be called floaters in our time, which are now called hiking sandals. Uh, I used the aqua shoes and I realized how much more comfortable I was in the sea, on beaches, because it had more grip, right? You won't the rocks won't come through easily, and they have a it's basically a netted it's a very thinly netted shoe, right? So the water flows in from one side and goes out the other, so you do not need to worry about that, right? So make sure they're carrying on aqua shoes. Comfortable rubber soled shoes are only for basically when we are in port play, where they can go into when we go into the say the cellular jail. Also, when we are on the ferry, we would not want them wearing hiking sandals or aqua shoes. So that's the sport shoes for. So normal sport shoes, do not need to get anything fancy. Whatever you have at home, just send that. Other items, personal toiletries, obviously you need to have the shower gel, bathing soap, toothbrush, and toothpaste. You will have to include a sunscreen SPF 35 plus minimum. If you can get an SPF 50, perfect. Otherwise, SPF 35 plus is the minimum you need. Lip balm, cold cream, obviously required. Your lips are going to get chapped over there. Your skin is going to become dry in that kind of weather very fast, so you'll need it. A torch or a headlamp. This is for the nights. If required, you're sharing a room. We might also go on a night walk. The other thing is you're sharing a room. It's not good manners to switch on the light every time you need to find something or go to the loo. If you have a torch or a headlamp, you can switch that off and switch that on and not disturb the others. A plastic bag for used and wet clothes, which we use on the last day. So, in the last day when we're leaving for Neil Island or Port Blair, if any clothes are wet, we want them to be in a separate bag. So make sure a plastic bag or a black garbage bag, which we have. If you send those, the children can actually put their clothes in that, the wet clothes. 1 water bottle, 750 ml to 1 liter capacity. We'll have different places where they can refill the water bottle, but they should be carrying this. We want to reduce plastic waste as much as possible. So if they're carrying their own water bottles and they're not going on buying mineral water bottles or packaging water bottles, it'll help to save the environment. Female hygiene considerations. Now, female participants, if you're diving and your menstrual cycle is going on, you will not be allowed to dive in sanitary napkins alone. You'll have to wear tampons or a menstrual cup. So if you're not used to that, for recommendation, we ask the parents or a medical profession to just guide you guys on that beforehand if you're expecting your menstrual cycle at that given point in time. The reason is for hygiene. You're going to be wearing wetsuits, which are going to be hugging very tightly with your body. If your menstrual cycle is going on, obviously they will get contaminated and it's not very easy to clean them. Medicines and glasses. If you're carry only medicines, if you're having any kind of medicine. Otherwise, you do not need to carry. Make sure we know about it, because we'll have to inform the diving doctor also, who will give the clearance for the children on the last day when they're diving. Spectacles, if you're carrying, make sure they are with retainers, and carry an extra pair of spectacles. Packing should be in a, so you'll need two bags. Okay. One is a small day pack knapsack, right, which you'll carry on your shoulder all the time when we're going for diving, when we are on the ferry, wherever we are, you're carrying a small day pack, which is like your school bag, right? You can carry your water bottle in this, cap, sunshades, all those things will be in this, right? Your basic stuff which you need every day. You'll need to carry one rucksack or a duffel bag. Do not carry suitcases. Nobody is going to carry your cases for you, your suitcases for you. You will have to carry them yourselves. Uh, Very difficult to carry and drag, because there will be long distance of walks. Uh, so from the main gate of the ferry entry to the ferry is about almost a kilometer of a road, right? So you're not going to be able to drag your suitcase on that. There are stairs, there are wooden paths which which have breaks in the middle. So you'll have to actually pick up your suitcase and carry it, right? So that's why we are saying make sure you're carrying a rucksack or a duffel bag so that it's easy for you to carry. Cash, I've already spoken. I've just increased this price to 5,000 so that it's easier, so that they can also take they can buy souvenirs at Andamans. Do not carry mobile phones except for the travel, expensive jewelry, electronic gadgets. GoPro. Now, you can carry your own GoPro if you want at your own risk. Carry an underwater GoPro so that you can wear it and go diving if you want to wear it, right? So you can actually dive with the GoPro and you can cache all that footage. So make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're carrying a pen drive so that we can give you some photographs. While we put everything on our WhatsApp channels, there'll be some videos or something which will be too big, which we might want to give you on a pen drive. So if you're carrying a pen drive, it will be better. Do make sure you're carrying this when you're traveling, a power bank with a charging cable for your phone, a printed copy of your return ticket, original Aadhaar card for identification, cash for food and everything. This will be given to me when they arrive over there in a packet. If you have a Ziploc bag or something which has your name written on it, it's easier for me to identify while returning it to you. So make sure you're carrying it in that sense. Now, I'm done talking. My monologue is over. I'm just going to hand it over to Michael to take you through the registration form of the SSI, which is the Scuba Diver, the School of Scuba International registration form, which we need from you guys. And after that, we'll take the question answers.
Yes, thank you, Nipun. I'm just sharing my screen 1 second. Yes, hi everyone. As Nipun has mentioned, we need a couple of things from everybody before we can actually get the forms done. So first, we need the ENT certification. So please go and get yourselves checked at the ENT center, and then after, so we have already submitted your details to the team over there. So they will be sending us a registration form like this, which will come pre-filled at certain places, right? And you'll have to make sure that you sign and add some details on this form. Only after you fill this form and send this to us, we'll be able to get your SSI registration logins, which will then give you access to the course material where you'll have to read beforehand before going to the camp. Okay. I'll just quickly show you how the form is. This is a 13-page form. You can either print it out, fill it the details, and then you convert it into a PDF and send it back to me, or you can just use Adobe Acrobat to fill in the details. So you'll have to, wherever there is a tick mark mentioned here, so the blue crosses are for the children to fill and sign. So participant's name, participant signature, and the date when you are filling it out. Wherever there is a red cross, it's for the parents to fill out the details. Okay. So blue is for the children, red is for the parents. And this is the medical questionnaire, right? So wherever if you have marked an yes in any of these 10 questions, you will head over to the corresponding box, which is in the upcoming pages, and make sure you check whatever is there. And if you pressed S for any of the things, you will also have to get a medical evaluation done, saying that you're fit to go for this dive. Without this medical evaluation form, you will not be able to allowed to go on the dive, right? And here it's marked in red because the children are minors, so the parents has to sign over here, and you will also have to mention the date of birth in this second field, right? This will be the only place where they will be asking you the date of birth apart from the first page over here. So you will have the date of birth over here and the date of birth over here, right? Wherever it says just date, it's just the date that you're filling out the form. Please make sure that you put out that date, and you'll also have to attach this. In case you pressed yes for any of the questions, you'll have to attach
So
this.
only if just go a little up,
Yeah.
Michael. Okay, parents. No, below. After the directions, where the go
Yeah.
below. Yeah. So in both these, in the diver medical or above, if you press yes to any kind of medical problems, you have to get a doctor, physical, general physician clearance over there, right? So that's so there are two types of clearances which we need. One is the ENT. Once if you have anything yes over here, then you need to get a general physician clearance also. Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, then again, blue cross is for the child, the red one is for the parent. Please make sure that you sign the dotted places. And again, there will be, it's a pretty long application form. It's clearly marked red and blue so that you don't get it missed. And yes, one, you'll have to get this, we'll be sending this form to you to your mobile numbers directly. Okay. And once you fill it and send it to us, only after you send it to us, we'll be able to get your SSI logins. And once you get your logins from us, which will again be sent to your mobile numbers, you will have to download the SSI app, right? It's called the My SSI app on Play Store or App Store. And depending on which course you choose, you will have to go and complete this module, right? There are multiple modules. The people who are doing the scuba divers certification and the license, you'll have to, there'll be a photograph which will be exactly like this. It will say scuba diver, even though it says open water in the bottom, it will say scuba diver in the photograph. Please make sure you complete this module before heading on to the camp. And for the open waters, it will say open water and open water diver. So there are 6 modules in the open water divers course, and then 3 modules for this one, for the scuba one. So you'll have to make sure that you get this done. So the ENT test first. Once we get the forms, we'll share it to you directly on WhatsApp. Please send it as soon as possible, because only after then you'll get the logins, and only after that you will be able to log in and finish this course. And this all this has to be done before heading on to the camp, right? That's what you'll have to do. Nipun, we can head into
Yeah.
the
Okay. So, parents, the course itself, the course which Michael is mentioning, is not actually, it's 5 parts. It's mainly videos and understanding. So you'll understand a lot more, right? They can do it in the evenings. If they take out 1 hour, they'll be able to do at least 2 courses, 1 to 2 hours, they'll be able to do 2 courses. That's fine. This is just so that they understand beforehand. This is to save time. Especially because when we were doing refreshing, when we we're talking to them, they'll already have the information beforehand. Otherwise, we'll have to do a theoretical class, and that can take a whole day, right? So make sure that they're doing this, because we'll keep touching on the theoretical part. And if they have any confusion, any doubts, we'll be clearing that too. Okay, parents, I can take question answers, or children who are they heard. You're very much welcome. What you can do is in reactions, if you go, there is a place to raise hand. Just raise your hand. Person who raises the hand comes on the top. I'll go to them. Kashir, you've already unmuted, so why don't you go ahead?
Cool. Hi, my name is Gaurav. I'm Kashvi's father.
Yes, sir.
So, in the month of May, it was cancelled,
Yeah.
and because of the heavy rains.
The funny thing was the cyclone never hit.
No, correct. But my question was because it was
Yeah.
still raining, and that was, I think, as a
No, it was a
corrective
cyclone.
measure.
It was
Yeah.
a cyclone formation. There was a cyclone formation over Andaman at that given point of time, right?
Correct.
We were afraid that it might hit Andamans while the program is going on, while all patterns were showing it's not gonna hit, right? But it was too close to the islands.
Right.
And if it had hit, we wouldn't have been able to do anything. They would have just scooped in the hotel, and they
Correct.
would need very, very strong
So,
winds.
so my,
So that's
my
why we called it.
got it. So now in this time also, what we are seeing is there are a lot of rains, and as you mentioned,
Rains are normal, sir. Rains
so
are normal
that's
in Andamans.
and
I've
that is
lived there for 2 years.
correct. Yeah, like we all have been there for multiple times as well, so
Yeah.
we are aware of that entire surroundings. So one quick question: so there is no way they're gonna do Havelock at all. It's only Neil.
No, sir. It's only Neil, but they're twin islands. I hope you know that.
Yeah, yeah. No, but
They're
they are far.
exactly.
They are not nearby. At least it will take an hour for each islands to
Yeah.
reach
So
to Neil.
actually,
But
if you
Havelock has
yeah.
far more better, I think, beaches. Not about the beaches, but even the sites. So I believe that if they can be taken to Havelock, that would be pretty good.
Sir, in Havelock, there is only two different sites, right? Which
Mm,
is
mm.
Kalapathar and Radhanagar Beach,
Correct. Right.
right? Now, so actually, if you look at it, the islands almost meet at one point, right? So while if you're looking at Havelock, the far end of Havelock and Neil is almost this, while the jetties are 1 hour away because the
Yeah.
jetties are at different
Yeah. Far.
locations, right? So we are going to take them to the far end, which they'll be able to see Havelock. There's a beach which is very similar to Radhanagar, but not obviously as exclusive, because Radhanagar actually becomes an exclusive, which they
Yes.
can't see
That's
anything
correct.
else. So that's the basic thing over there. But there's a similar beach over here which we'll be going for. Havelock is going to be difficult. First of all, Havelock is fully packed right now, right?
Okay.
Then if I take that time out to go to Havelock and come back, their program might get disturbed. If I'm able to do it, I will not promise this. I will not promise it at all, right? If I'm able to include it, say on the last day, we might be able to hop over to Havelock and go. I will try to figure that out, but it's not possible as much as I know, right? Uh, because of the schedule. If the schedule had more flexibility in the schedule, it would have been very different, right?
Great.
But they're actually Neil and Havelock are actually twin islands. While Neil is a little smaller than Havelock, totally this thing, but Neil has actually more. What has happened in Havelock? Havelock has become so famous; it's really polluted now,
Mm,
right? Uh, Even where we dive, right? You will be children actually get to see what kind of damage the pollution is doing, right?
mm,
Neil is right now untouched. So Neil has a more beautiful sites which are inside, right? Which most of the people don't go to, which I'll be taking them because fortunately for the children, me being there for 2 years, I've been able to explore a lot of sites, right? I know exactly what happens there and how to handle things. So that I'll make sure they'll get a very similar experience to what the Havelock Island would have given them.
Okay. How many people are there in this camp?
11 children. Sir.
Okay. And in Neil, any idea where they will be staying? Like, do we have that
We'll be
discussed?
staying near Lakshmanpur.
I'm
I'll just
sorry.
tell you.
Yeah.
I'll just tell you. Just give me 1 second. I'll tell you. Just wait. Sorry. In the meantime, other people can ask me the questions. I will just
Yeah.
get this
I know. I
information.
just have a last question. I'm sorry for other
Yeah,
people waiting.
yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
last question is so on the day 4 and 5 only they will be diving, if I'm not mistaken.
They're going to be diving on day 3. They will start with the diving instructions. Sorry, day 2 they'll start with the diving instructions. Day 3 is a confined water dive. Day 4 and
Mm.
5 are open water.
Okay, and that's it, right?
So
Yeah.
yeah, confined water dive is where they're understanding. So when I'm
The,
saying day 4 and 5, it's not just
and they
one
will not,
session. They'll at least have 2 sessions
correct.
of diving in each day.
I see. So 4 sessions
Yeah.
in a total. Okay. And on day 6 they will not be
No.
diving, correct? The reason I'm asking is they're flying on 7th, so I want to give them at least 24 hours
They're flying on
of time
7?
in between. Sorry?
7?
No, I'm saying on day 7, day
Day 7.
6 they are
Okay. I
not
saw
diving,
I
right?
got confused. Alex 7. No,
Day
no, they're
7 they are
flying on
doing.
7. They're flying on 7 so that they have enough time to, get their nitrogen levels back to normal and
No,
everything. That's why we don't want them flying off on the first day
no,
itself.
no.
Okay. Yeah. Just
Also, I've just posted the channel link on in the chat box along with my number. So I've already sent the message from my phone number as well, but just join the WhatsApp channel, those who haven't joined.
So we are staying at the Lakshmanpur beach, which is sorry, Lakshmanpur. We are staying at. Okay, we are staying. This beach is there. So we are between two beaches, sir. Hello, Kashi, sir. I forgot the name of the parent.
Gaurav. Hi, Gaurav.
Gaurav.
Are you there?
Gaurav. Kashi's father, are you there? Sir, you're on mute.
Sorry, are you?
Yeah, I was talking to you. So we are in the middle of Bharatpur and Lakshmanpur Beach. Lakshmanpur Beach. So between beach number 1 and Bharatpur Beach, we are in the middle.
Okay, I see. Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. Vivo V2319. I don't know your name. You have a question, please unmute. You're on mute right now. Whoever's logged in as Vivo.
I think Jyoti also had a question, Nips.
Okay.
Hi, sir. Sir, can you please share instructor a number who is staying with children so we can catch?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
you won't be able to contact me over there. I will not pick up parents' phones.
Oh, okay,
If there's
okay.
an emergency, I'll call you directly. Don't worry
Okay,
about
okay. No problem.
that. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Vivo?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Hi. This is Siddharth's mother. I just wanted to know, Siddharth, in earlier trips like surf and turf he went, he had taken camera with him just to click pictures on the beaches, the hotels, and the restaurants with the friends. So, is it possible for him to take the camera this time also?
Yeah, but the camera will only be used when we are doing non-diving activities.
Yeah. For that only.
Not an
He
issue.
can take, right?
Yeah.
And one more thing, you said that between Lakshmanpur and Bharatpur,
Beach. Yeah.
between means.
So Neil Island is like this, right? At the end.
Yeah.
This is Lakshmanpur. This is Bharatpur. We are here.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Got it.
Does anybody have any other questions?
In case if we have Michael, is it okay? I think you have shared your number. Can we directly?
Yeah, you can
reach
just
out to you?
you can directly reach out to him.
Right.
So I'm not sharing my number because I'm busy in meetings throughout this week, right? Because I'm leaving on 27th. So I am going to be really, really busy and I might not be able to answer. That's why Michael has shared his number.
Sure.
And Michael will obviously be in Bangalore. He's based out of Bangalore. So he'll be here when the program is going on. So
Right.
he'll be in constant touch with me. So you can always reach out to him.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, just in case some form
Yeah,
related,
totally.
what it is, and
Form
all.
related during the program. If you have any questions, you can follow me. Don't worry.
You can reach out to me. So anybody who has a question after this meeting, just drop me a message.
We'll also put the number in the WhatsApp channel again so that everybody has it.
Will this recording be available to us?
Yes, except the first part because I forgot to switch on the recording.
No, that's fine.
So,
I think that after that, that's absolutely fine. Yeah. So if
I'm
you
doing
can
an orientation after the summers for the first time, so forgive me.
No. That's, and again, I think you
Yeah.
covered all very well in the recording. It's easy for us to, instead of asking, we'll just go through the recording.
Yeah. So that will be shared. It takes some time because right now what will happen is once we finish this meeting, it will take about an hour to just
that's fine. That's
do
fine.
it, and then half an hour to upload it to YouTube, and then we'll share.
And this will be available in the WhatsApp channel as well. I'll share it once it's uploaded to YouTube. I'll share it in the WhatsApp channel so you can look at it.
Okay. And Michael, you will be sharing the form through WhatsApp only, or is it?
Yeah. So you'll get one copy in the email, and we'll also send it to you on WhatsApp, right? So once we get the forms back from them with the logins, we'll send it. I mean, once we get the forms, I'll send it to you, and then once you send it back to us, we'll send it to them, and they'll give us the logins after that.
And the ENT fitness certificate, do you want that in a soft copy? That should be fine.
Yes, soft copy is all I need. Please send it to me as soon as possible to my same number, whatever.
Okay, perfect. We'll do
Yeah.
that. Thank you so much.
Michael, there's a question. Well, I want to answer to Jyoti and say I'm coming from Delhi.
No, there are 3 kids who are coming from Delhi. They're all in the same flight. I'll just tell you the
Okay.
children's names. 1 second.
Yeah, I think
So
parents
we
would be very
have,
keen to. Yeah.
yeah. So we have Siddhi, Abhinav, and Gurunath, who are all traveling from Delhi.
Are you sure?
Hmm.
Gurunath is Delhi, yes.
Yeah. Siddhi, Abhinav, and Gurunath. They are the
Okay.
ones who are traveling from Delhi.
Okay. Perfect. Uh, so Bangalore, yes, there are a few children. There are I think 4 children from Bangalore, correct, Michael?
There are 2 children from Bangalore.
2 children from Bangalore, sorry. So 2 children from Bangalore. There are totally 11 children coming. Parents, don't worry about that. They will be able to connect. We'll connect them also on the airport. There might be some children who will be flying directly. It's only for the flight. Once they reach Port Blair, I'm there to receive them. And after that, I'll make sure that they become friends. Don't worry about that. If there are no more questions, thank you so much. You can start logging off. If you have a question, you're very much welcome to stay back and ask.
We are good. Thank you so much,
Thank
Nipun
you.
and Michael.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Nipun, I'm stopping the recording.
Yeah.